Big tension in ADC camp as Tinubu was finally trapped and shocked the Fulani hegemony, and at the same time shock Obi, Atiku, El-Rufai, Malami are all in shock as Tinubu is ready to what? He said, he's coming for them and he's ready to become the president in 2027. What's your take as regards Tinubu finally trapping APC, ADC, and its candidates and the Fulani hegemony themselves?
To be quite honest with you, this is like a very serious, calculated strategy by Tinubu, whom people see as a matter strategist anyway. But the question is, the way it's going, it's likely that Atiku, Kwankwaso, Obi, El-Rufai, Malami, Babachilawa, it's look as if they are already trapped in ADC. I will tell you why.
So they cannot change. Can they change their party?
That is where I'm going. The new Electoral Act, Section 77, subsection 4, say that as a political party, before you do your primary, 21 days before your primary, you must submit your digital register to INEC. And INEC have now come out with their guidelines to say primaries will start from the 23rd of this month, which is yesterday, and it ends on the 30th of May, which is next month. So the window to conduct primary by political parties starts yesterday and ends on the 30th of next month. So what this means is, if the likes of Atiku, Malami, Babachilawa, El-Rufai, Obi, name it, do not leave ADC between now and the 1st of next month, they would have been trapped. And the question is, the court judgment that is going to determine whether David Mark is the authentic chairman of ADC. Supreme Court have heard the application, but they now reserve judgment. And if the judgment comes late, it did not go in favor of David Mark. It means Obi, Atiku, Kwankwaso, name it, would have been trapped because they can no longer go to another political party and contest. Because what it means is, once you submit your digital register to INEC, and somebody is now leaving his party to another party, the room will not be there for that person to be registered in that party. And once you are not a registered member of a political party, you cannot contest. Because once INEC take custody of all the registers of all the political parties who are contesting or rather who are conducting primary, they will not give back the register to them to register new members. So for me, if I would have advised, if they would take the advice, if they know what is good for them, they should leave that party now before the door is shut. The reason is very clear. There is a 21 days window provided by the Electoral Act, Section 77, subsection 4, that says you must submit your digital register to INEC 21 days before your primary. And the guidelines of INEC have said you must conclude your primary on the 30th of May. And May, you are talking about 30 days. Today, this month is already 24. So you have just about 6 or 7 days for this month to end. So add to what you have in May, we are talking about just 37 days altogether. So out of 37 days, minus 27. You see that what you have, the window you have is not more than 10 days. So they must take decision that will determine whether they will be on the ballot between now and 6 days' time. Otherwise, they would have been trapped by this Electoral Act. And in a way, people have speculated that those in government are the one causing the travail, the crisis in all the opposition political parties, whether PDP, whether Labour Party, yes.
That's APC, I mean.
Yes, whether Labour Party, whether not ADC. And recently, even the president himself was addressing the Senate president. He told him, I will send you to the other side to go and scatter them. He said they are confused. Shortly after he said that, we saw his chief of staff, Bajabila, who was speaking in a public, and he was addressing a senator from Kogi State. And he was telling the senator, do not bother to come to APC. Remain in that ADC and do the good work we are doing. And this is a man who is in court challenging the David Mark-led ESCO. So, whether we like it or not, the government of the day have been severally accused. At some point, even Atiku accused the chairman of opposition political parties of collecting money Then he accused them of collecting 50 million each from the government to compromise opposition. And from what I've seen, it appears as though opposition have been completely compromised. The only hope they are looking at is the ADC, and currently ADC having its own fair share of internal crisis that has to do with leadership also. And if you look at the pattern of crisis in all the opposition political parties, you agree with me that it follows the same pattern. It always has something to do with challenging the leadership of the party, trying to take over the party. The reason we are not seeing so much fight in PDP is because the characters that can determine whether the Tinubu will win or not are no longer in PDP. Talking about Obi, Kwakwanso, Atiku, and co. The reason we are not going to see much trouble in Labour Party is because they are no more in Labour Party. So the way it is, if there's not taken Obi, Atiku, Kwakwanso, Malami, El-Rufai, Babachilawa, Amechi, name it, they will all be trapped and locked up in ADC, and there will be no room to contest in another political party.
There will not be another room.
Yes.
Okay. But with that being said now, but a lot of people are saying, just like you said, the APC government are the ones sponsor, even though the likes of Atiku moves to another party, do you not think this APC government or this present government will still put confusion in that party? Do you not think they are playing they are playing politics with this? Because you know that if they go to another party now, the APC government will see cause confusion in that party.
The problem is, it's not even whether if they go to another political party. The problem is with the new electoral act, they don't have even the time to go and have the opportunity to contest. Because let's say 21 days.
Do you think the plan work?
It's calculated, it's seriously orchestrated diligently. Of course, let me say those who did it did a good diligence in their act. Because whether we like it or not, the president at some point said it gives him joy when they see opposition in trouble. And currently,
he said it publicly.
Yes, he said it. And currently, opposition are in trouble. Like I told you, he told that Pablo and sent it to the other side to go and scatter them. He said they're confused. We have seen, like I told you again, Bajabiamila, his chief of staff, saying a similar thing. So the question is, if care is not taken, the government of the day, Tinubu will be the only one on the ballot. And I think what they want is they want to have a controlled opposition political party. A situation where they are in the ruling party, that the one that will be controlling the opposition. For instance, if Tinubu is on the ballot as the APC candidate, he will be the one to tell PDP who to be on the ballot, so that they will not have any serious candidates. And I think this is what they want to achieve from the beginning. Because long time ago, we saw the governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, who came out to explain that he was in a meeting with a Wike, who a Wike said, promised Tinubu that he was going to remain in PDP to help him bring down PDP. And what are we seeing today? That is still the same thing that came from the president himself when he said he will send Pablo to the other side to help him scatter it. Some people may say it's a joke, but the Bible says out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So whether he was joking, he was speaking out of what he had in his heart. So for me, I don't know how the likes of Atiku, Obi, Kwakwanso, El-Rufai, name it, hope to navigate out of this. But I've always provided an advice. The problem is that they are not taking my advice. My advice is, now that they have little time, go out of ADC, go to NDC. Because the Supreme Court...
What you just said is, it might be too late for them to change their political party.
No, the window upon which they can change it is not within 5 days to 6 days.
From now.
From now. Anything that makes us to inch into the time and we have maybe less than 25 days to the end of May, nobody can move to anywhere. They would have been trapped. The door would have been shut. And it means that the man Tinubu will be APC candidate. Maybe Wike will bring out somebody that become PDP candidate, and it goes on like that. So that is purely a controlled opposition. And I want to believe that that is the strategy and what the ruling party and the government wanted ab initio.
Well, with that being said, we've seen a lot of Nigerian celebrities, a lot of stakeholders protest as regards, saying APC just like you said, they want a consensus. They want only Tinubu to be at the ballot box. But will this be good for Nigerian democracy?
To be quite honest with you, it is not good for our democracy, because the beauty of democracy is the availability of option. Because if the government of the day is not getting it right, we should understand that there is an alternative by the side for Nigerians to choose. But the power they say corrupt, absolute power corrupts absolutely. And that's what we are likely going to witness. If we now have a controlled opposition, where the government of the day is the one that determines who is in opposition, who contest from opposition, and the government of the day is the only one that has the potential, the possibility of winning again and becoming the president, that is absolute power, and it will corrupt absolutely. The implication of this is that those who emerge through the process will not be responsible to the people. Because they will know that the people is not the one that get the mandate, rather they manipulated the system. That if they know that you can only get to the office through the ballot, it will make them to be responsible to the people. Because whether like it or not, the whole essence of governance, democracy, is to bring the dividends of democracy to the people. And if you look at what is captured in section 14, section 2B of 1999 Constitution as amended, it said the welfare of the people and the security shall be for the purpose of governance. But if the people are not the one that made you, that voted for you to get to the office, you will not think of bringing dividends of democracy to them. You will not think of doing projects that will endear you into their hearts. So that is the likely implication of what we are going to face as a people, as a country.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.